Tommy's world in Landman has always been one of grit, politics, and survival, a high-stakes balance between oil, power, and money. But in Season 2, things have shifted. Tommy's no longer just another hand trying to make his mark. He's becoming a player in the game. And nowhere is that more evident than in the tense yet fascinating moment when he sits Rebecca down to explain the Farmout deal. It's not just business. It's a power move, a test of loyalty, and a glimpse into how Tommy's mind really works. Rebecca, new to the complexity of Texas oil dealings, walks into that conversation thinking it's just another contract. But Tommy knows better. A Farmout deal isn't just a piece of paper. It's a statement. It's the moment when a company that owns drilling rights but can't or won't drill themselves decides to hand those rights over to someone else. In return, the new operator, in this case, Tommy's side, takes on the cost, the risk, and the potential reward. To the untrained eye, it looks like cooperation. To someone like Tommy, it's about control. As he explains it, you can hear the steel in his tone. "Rebecca, it's simple," he says, leaning across the table. "They got the land, but they don't got the guts. We take on the drilling, the cost, the pressure, the sleepless nights, and in return, we get the lion's share of the payout if we hit oil. They get their cut, but we run the show." Rebecca listens, intrigued but cautious. She's seen Tommy take risks before, and she knows how easily deals in this business can turn dirty. "So, what's the catch?" she asks, narrowing her eyes. Tommy smirks because, of course, there's always a catch. He tells her that the Farmout deal looks clean on paper, but it's tied up with old names and rival claims. People who once underestimated him are now realizing that he's not someone to be dismissed. This deal, he explains, isn't just about oil. It's about respect. It's about proving that he can play in the same arena as the big oil executives who've been looking down on him for years. What makes the scene powerful is how Tommy frames it not as greed, but as survival. He tells Rebecca that this is how the oil game works: you either dig deep or get buried. Everyone wants a piece of the ground, he says, but not everyone knows what it costs to make it bleed. That's classic Tommy, poetic, gritty, and brutally honest. He's the kind of man who's learned that opportunity doesn't come knocking. You have to kick down the door and take it. Rebecca pushes back. She reminds him that deals like this have consequences, that taking on too much risk could bury them both if it goes south. But Tommy, ever the realist, shrugs it off. "You don't make history by playing it safe," he says. "You make it by betting on yourself when no one else will." And that's exactly what this Farmout represents for him. A chance to claim his piece of the oil empire without waiting for permission. What's interesting about this conversation is how it reflects the broader shift in Tommy's character this season. He's no longer reacting to what's happening around him, he's orchestrating it. The Farmout deal isn't just a business opportunity, it's a metaphor for his evolution. He's taking over spaces once controlled by others, assuming the risks because he finally understands his own worth. Rebecca, meanwhile, is caught between admiration and concern. She can see the brilliance in his strategy, but she also knows the cost of ambition in this world. By the time Tommy finishes explaining, it's clear that this isn't just a deal, it's a declaration of war against the old system. He's tired of being the middleman, tired of watching others profit from his sweat and knowledge. With this Farmout, he's positioning himself as the man who calls the shots. But it's not just about power. Deep down, Tommy's doing this to prove something. Maybe to himself, maybe to the ghosts of his past, that he's more than just a survivor. He's a builder, a visionary, someone capable of reshaping the landscape, both literally and metaphorically. Rebecca sits in silence for a moment, realizing that Tommy's not just explaining a deal, he's showing her his soul. He's letting her see the fire that drives him, the part of him that refuses to settle. "You really think it'll work?" she asks finally. Tommy looks up, that familiar confidence in his eyes. "It has to," he says. "Because if it doesn't, there's no going back." And that's the truth of Tommy's world. Every move he makes is a gamble, every deal a lifeline. But this one, this Farmout, feels different. It's not just about drilling for oil, it's about drilling into the heart of power itself. Whether it pays off or blows up in his face, one thing's for sure, Tommy isn't waiting for anyone to hand him success. He's out there, digging for it himself, and in doing so, he's changing the game forever. For more videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.